The pitch that we make is that guardians aren't just good for us. They're not just good for the land. They're good for the country. And the way, unfortunately, that often you have to describe that good for the country is you have to think about it in economic terms in this kind of system. How this kind of investment actually is an investment and can provide returns in terms of that. It's not just a funding program that then disappears and you hope for the best. There's some thoughtfulness behind the design of that, and it is absolutely an investment. In fact, I think that the role of stewardship and guardians and conservation in this country should be seen in the same way that we invest in hospitals and education and police and infrastructure in this country. To me, it's that fundamental. There was an incident a few years back where there was a slurry pipe that burst, and it just so happened to burst into a brook that ran into the ocean, which is an automatic fine situation under Department of Fisheries and Oceans. And so the mine immediately had a problem. Now the guardians who discovered that were in an area of the mine where there were no other mine resources. So had they not been there and monitoring and patrolling, that problem would have been exponentially more serious and costly. And that one incident alone basically paid for the cost of the entire Guardian program for the life of the mine. Guardians aren't just great for the land, but the personal transformation that being a guardian does to an individual, how it can address so many of the challenges that some of our young people face in our communities. And so I've seen young men in particular, because they were mostly men in the Guardian program, who have gone from being essentially considered like lost causes in the community in a way, even by their families, to becoming community leaders because of the empowerment and strengthening and the authenticity of that connection with the land and the healing that comes with that. There were huge proportions of the population who were not accessing education. So how do you get those folks? Those are your future leaders. Those are our future doctors, our future lawyers, our future government. And so we found that being guardians was a context where the delivery of education, particularly in an experiential approach, was able to reach some of those people who were never reachable in the traditional sense. So that is a huge value as well. I can only imagine the potential of change that is actually possible by seeing guardians right across this country.